Hi everybody, I'm going to be making my delicious arroz con leche. Now this is a highly requested recipe. Today it is chilly and it's overcast here in South Texas, and I thought it'd be the perfect day to make arroz con leche. And I'm going to be showing you how I prepare mine step by step. Let's get started. So before I get started on my arroz con leche, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about milk. Now right here I have whole milk, see? And here I have evaporated milk. And here I've got sweetened condensed milk. So what's the difference? This milk has a lot of water in it. And this milk has had a lot of its water removed. That's why it's called evaporated milk. It's thicker and creamier than this milk right here. And this is sweetened condensed milk. It's had most of its water removed and a lot of sugar added in. That's why it's called sweetened condensed milk. So this milk is this milk and this milk is this milk. So which milk should you use when making your arroz con leche? It's up to you to decide. Now today, I'm gonna be using whole milk because that's how I was brought up and that's the one I like. So I just thought I would share this information with you. Now we can get started. This is the pot that I'm gonna be using to make my arroz con leche. And I've got my heat set on high. I'm gonna add my cinnamon sticks. I've got 2 of them, as you can see. I'm gonna break them in half and I'm gonna put them in my pot like that. And I've got 2 whole cloves. I'm gonna drop them in there because I want for them to release their aroma first before I add my water. So I'm gonna be moving them around so that they can get a little toasty. Now once I can smell them really good, then I know it's time for me to add the next ingredient. So it's been about 1 good minute. I can smell them and they smell wonderful. I'm gonna add my water. I'm gonna add my salt. And now I'm gonna add my rice. Now I have rinsed it really well and removed all that starch, see? So I'm gonna add it in here. I'm gonna stir it up just like this. And I'm gonna replace my lid and I'm gonna wait until it comes up to a nice boil. Once it starts boiling, I'm gonna lower the temperature down to low and I'm gonna let it cook until most of the water is gone. Now, depending on your stove and the pot that you're gonna be using, it could be anywhere between 8 minutes to 15. So just keep an eye on it, just like that. While my rice is cooking, I'm gonna get started on warming up my milk. I'm going to set my heat at about medium, and I'm gonna add my milk. And I've got 2 tablespoons of maseca. This is corn flour. I'm gonna add some water in here. That's about ½ a cup. And I'm gonna mix it up really good like this. Now there's also a Mexican atole that is delicious, and it is made with this corn flour. But I'm adding just 2 tablespoons in here because it's nice and thick and it'll just make it extra delicious, see? And this is a texture of like a light cream of wheat. So now I'm gonna add it into my milk. And I'm gonna continue stirring it. And as soon as I see that it's getting a little hot, I'm gonna lower the temperature all the way down to low. Now I'm preparing the milk to add into my rice, but I don't want to add cold milk in there because it'll change the temperature. So I want to add it in when it's nice and hot, but not boiling. So you do not want your milk to start to boil. So you want to continue to stir it around like this so that it doesn't stick on the bottom. So I have turned off my heat on my milk and it's nice and hot, but not boiling. And I'm gonna remove the lid off my pot. And as you can see, the rice is almost all the way cooked beautifully. And it still has just a little bit of the water down at the bottom. And that's good, see? So I'm gonna stir it around a little bit like this and get my cloves out. See, here's 1 clove. I don't need it anymore. It has already released its beautiful perfume. And so I'm gonna take it out. See? So we're done with that. Now I'm gonna add my milk. very carefully because it's hot. See? Oh, see? And it's gonna be delicious. So now I'm gonna add my sugar. I'm gonna be using turbinado sugar, which is like sugar in the raw. I'm sure you've seen that before. See? This is the one I use to put in my coffee every day. I love this sugar because it has a slight molasses flavor in it, but you can use regular sugar, okay? This is the one that I like because of that slight molasses flavor. So I'm gonna add my sugar in here. You can add as much sugar as you want. And I'm gonna add some golden raisins because my Ron loves golden raisins in here. Now you can leave the raisins out if you don't like raisins. So this is a time when I'm gonna add my raisins in there. And I'm gonna add my vanilla. See, it doesn't take a lot. Now my heat is set on low, remember? So I'm gonna leave it like that, on low. And it doesn't change the temperature at all because my milk was nice and hot, just like my rice was. So now all it's gotta do is just continue on. So I'm gonna set my timer for 15 minutes. And I'm gonna continue stirring it around like this until it's all nice and cooked beautifully, just like this. You can serve it in a bowl or you can serve it in a mug, whichever you prefer. So I've given it about 1 minute and I wanna show it to you. Look at this. See the raisins in here? Oh my gosh. Now I've got a little cinnamon here. This is optional. I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon on top, just like this. See, just to give it an added kick. This would be a good time for you to add a little bit of milk if you think it's too thick, but I think it's just the perfect texture. Look at that. So now it's time for the taste test. Now you can eat this with cookies on the side, or you can have some pan dulce, tamales, anything that you want. I like it just all by itself. Just like this. Ay, 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 this is delicious. You are gonna love this recipe. So this is my delicious arroz con leche. If you like my video, give me a thumbs up, send me a comment and tell me how you like yours. Thank you.